If for some reason you cannot sync up VS Code with your GitHub repository, there is another way you can get your files on GitHub, but this does require using the command line. So you need to find that folder that you created with all of the assignments in it. And this is what I called mine because you can see I have a bunch of them. And then you have to right click and choose Git Bash here. Now, if you don't have Git Bash here, when you right click, that means you haven't installed GitHub. So you do need to install it. But once you have it installed, you should see the option and you can select it. And then the first thing you need to do is initialize this directory as a Git repository. So you're just going to key in Git init. Okay, I had already done it once, which is kind of why I got this reinitialized message. And then after you do that, you do have to add your user information. So you're going to say git config -- global user.name. And this is the username that you use to log into GitHub. And then you also have to give it the email that you have associated with your GitHub account. All right, so once you've done that, if you want to double click just to make sure, or double click, if you want to make sure the information was added correctly, just use git config -- list. Okay. And if for some reason this does not go back to the prompt, you can do a Q. That should get you back to the prompt. Okay, and then if you do the dir command, which stands for directory, you should see either your lesson or your chapter folders. And at this point, I have everything on GitHub except for chapter 5. So I will show you that. Here is that account. Let me go up a level here. So what I'm going to do is kind of demo how to push up chapter 5. So the first thing that you have to do is connect to your remote repository. I believe mine is already connected. And how you tell is you do git space remote. And if it says origin, that means it is connected. Now, I'm assuming yours is not going to say that. So what you need to do is enter git remote add origin. And then you have to give it the URL of your repository. And so that is this URL with .git on the end. And at the beginning, it's going to be https://. So for mine, that would be all right. And it's basically giving me an error because it already exists. Okay. So you won't get the error because you need to do that in order to connect. And then when you do the git remote, it should say origin. Okay, so at this point, you've got your local directory connected to your GitHub repository. And so what you need to do next is go ahead and do the staging, committing, and pushing.